life get challenging, like, man, it's like, man, it's time to quit sometimes, you know?
Depending on what it is. Because sometimes you do have to quit. Like, if you gambling and all your money gone and you don't put the house up, baby, it's not worth it. But when you're gambling on yourself and you know you're gambling on your future and it's something that not only is it worth doing, but you know you're capable of, you just running out of resources, then it's time to go back into the lab and just kind of reconfigure your strategy and then go for it. You can take breaks. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. Just don't take that break and make that break too long to where it's going to deter you and take you off your game. Because there's a lot of people who tried to go for what they knew or tried to go for their goal. They got knocked off of it or had something come up, whether it be they lost their job, they lost it all, they had a baby, they had all kinds of stuff. Life happens. Yeah. And if it's not something that's going to, aside from the baby, I'm not telling you to get rid of the baby.
Oh, no.
But if it's something that comes up that can potentially knock you off your game, you just gonna have to re-strategize and work that trip up into your come up. Okay. You're just gonna have to figure that out, because if it's worth having, it's worth fighting for.
Okay. So, what is your faith in all this atmosphere of you know, trying to grow your business, being an actress, and, you know, everything that you got going on? How do you think God helped you with maintaining your dreams and aspirations?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know if I could just give that one simple answer, because sometimes I thought that I was doomed, I tell you. Mm-hmm. Doomed.
No, you're not doomed, because I see you, baby.
I felt it, though, because I'm a very strong person. Mm-hmm. I'm a very strong person. I have a very strong personality. I'm just más fuente.
Yeah, I know.
Más fuente.
Macho woman. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. So,
flex. Come on, flex for me. Oh, kill it.
I see them guns rolling over here.
You feel it?
She just
click,
pow. Somebody shooting. They shot. Okay.
Get up.
You gonna have to edit this out.
So here we go. Man.
But to answer the question, I guess the word would be pray for it. I meditate. I do affirmations. I literally wake up or just randomly throughout the day just say I'm so thankful to have what I have right now. Because and also remember, don't look over the small things you have. You appreciate every little thing. You coming over here think you thought about me to interview me. I'm down. Yes. Yeah. Because there is no such thing as a small accomplishment. Everything small goes into that big picture. That's why I saw a post on Facebook the other day that said, if you're not willing to live in your car to get your hustle, then you ain't about it. I posted that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't downing that person, because people do what they got to do to reach their goals.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people don't think things through. And especially nowadays, we live in this microwave society where people just want to automatically have it. Oh, if I live in my car and I go to LA, then I'm good. Yeah. No, you can get robbed, raped, and murdered. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. I cannot stress this enough. Don't do it.
Not at all.
No. Now, there are situations that happen to where you go to a gig, you have something happen, your hotel room don't happen, then you feel like you got a gym membership, you're going to sleep before. I understand stuff happening. I get that. But when people willfully and purposely say, I'm going to go make it, they don't have a mixtape, they don't have a resume, they can't even fill out a job application, they just know that they're going to do it. Very, very few people make it doing that. And a lot of times the people who say they did that, they leaving out a lot of stuff.
Of course. Ain't nobody going to shine a light on the negative. But I think with the post of what you was trying to say, I think the person just was trying to express themselves like you have to sacrifice when it comes to your goals and your aspirations.
Yeah, I also went under that. And as a matter of, no, I ain't gonna read it because I don't know where my phone is.
Yeah.
But I after I put that was the dumbest thing I ever heard. I did put. I'm like, what is your goal? What did it take to make that goal? I put like 7 different steps because I didn't want them to think that I was just down on them. Because well, you seen that episode of the Cosby Show when Theo was like, Dad, maybe I'm just not gonna be like that. And you're like, that's the dumbest thing. You know you better than that.
Yeah.
So that's where I was coming from. I even put the clip on there. That's why I'm like, hey, look, y'all.
So you pretty much was just trying to push the person harder and let the person understand like you just need to make smart moves.
No, it honestly wasn't for the person who posted it. It was for the person who's gonna read that and take that out of context. Because think about it. Just because you never know who's gonna see something. I made a post,
especially on the media, social media.
Right. I made a post saying that I didn't like somebody's that the lady who did the poem for the inauguration.
Their hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't doubting her accomplishments. I just feel like
she should have been represented better, especially because of the color
basically. And then people came at me like I talked about her grandma. And I was like, no.
But
but the thing
people take things out of content.
My point exactly. Because I was very clear and very thorough on why. It wasn't the fact. I'm like, look, like I said, it's easier doing this part than the prep work to come right here.
Yeah.
I don't know what that lady went through that day.
Yeah. Hey, but she went on that stage.
She went on that stage and she performed. And they got it she had a friend with a toothbrush and some gel, and they like, we just gonna make this work, honey. We gonna and you go out there and you perform and you put all your stuff out there. Only thing that I don't like, because I don't feel like she's gonna be represented properly in history. Because a lot of people aren't gonna go back and watch it. A lot of people aren't gonna go back and see that footage. They're just gonna see that picture of the side, and it's not gonna be flattering for her.
I got you.
That's all.
I got you.
But again,
she put a lot of work into it.
Exactly. And it's going to be reduced. And it's not just me who said, because I actually looked her up and saw that she's a very accomplished person.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't go back. They will do like I did when I saw that post. And instead of me knowing better and offering a different perspective, they're just going to be like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And you always got to offer perspective and context when you're putting things like that out, because you don't want to be irresponsible with your platform.
But you know how social media, you can't just put something on social media. Everybody gonna have some type of different perspective.
And that's fair. The only thing that I ask with stuff like that is don't attack somebody for having a different perspective, because everybody's not gonna agree with you.